Dun, 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 dun.
Don't do that. There's sharks in the sea.
Jaws.
Breaking news. Dead ones. Well, there's probably loads of live ones.
Quite dead.
Well, a big shark washed up on the main beach in Palma.
How big is
morning.
big?
Bigger than a person.
Did they get a measure out?
I don't know what sort it was, but there was a video on the press this morning of a dead shark. Quite a big one. I think it's one of those deep living ones that's not going to bite you in half. But interestingly, that's not the scary bit about the story.
Oh, I know.
The scary bit about the story is the big shark had been bitten in half by something else, probably a bigger one. So yeah, don't scare people. So it was long dead, this shark, and these things do wash up every once in a while. They float about for a long time and end up washing up on a beach. They do it in Andrach, where we live, quite a lot. But once a year, a fisherman drags some enormous, great, terrifying thing from the deep and hangs it up, and everyone thinks twice about going to the beach for a few days.
This one's for Glenda.
And they just get back on with it again.
Yeah.
So, it's interesting, actually, that with the preservation of the waters around Mallorca, which is obviously a good thing, and the imposition of nature reserves and looking after the Posidonia and all that kind of stuff, sharks and rays are featuring more.
They are. They're on the rise.
Yeah, we saw a little stingray.
Stingray! I've got music for everything today. Yeah.
Literally anything can happen in the next half hour.
Anything could... Okay, don't get me going.
Don't sing that. Yes, you put me right for stride there. Oh, yeah, we saw a little stingray on our little swimming spot in San Telmo, and there's more and more of them here. And I don't want to alarm anybody, but apparently, historically, big sharks do use the current that goes up and down the Tramuntana coast. Now, as far as you can work out, no one's ever been attacked by one here, so you're fine. And as they say, you're more likely to get done over by a bee or a mosquito than you are a shark.
True enough. Should we go to the Bin Salem Fiestas this year? Oh, you went last year,
I went
did
last
you not?
year, yeah.
What was it like?
This was an abrupt change of subject, wasn't it? It was very nice, actually.
I'm just looking... Sorry. I'm just looking at the...
I do this hours and hours of research before each podcast, and you're reading it live. And, yes, an abrupt change of subject. It's the Fiestas Vermar in Mallorca's wine capital, Bin Salem, starting next Friday, the 5th of September.
Woohoo!
It's great. It's if you don't know Bin Salem, it's a rather cutesy little old-fashioned town in the...
Don't call Bin Salem cutesy.
It is cute.
They'll have your legs.
What's wrong with cutesy?
Don't call it cutesy.
It's very pretty. Old kind of medieval town. Most of it's medieval anyway, the middle bit is, in the foothills of the Tramuntana, and it's the centre of Mallorca's wine industry, really. Some very big, big for Mallorcan purposes, vineyards there. And their annual fiesta is mostly themed around wine, which is a very good thing to theme your fiestas around.
Gigi was born on the 24th of September in 2005. And, God,
this is our daughter, by the way.
Yes, my memory's really bad. And our friend Glynis of Glynis Salem, she was my kind of birth helper, doula, translator, and general all-round handholder. And she lives in Bin Salem, and she was very concerned that Gigi's birth was going to collide with the big street party that they have every year, and they all eat outside.
Yeah, well, I was there last year, actually, just taking some pictures. There's lots of things going on over a week, I think, certainly a long while.
It's more than a week, I think.
More than a week. I was only there for a day. I was there for the grape war, where they get the reject grapes and they chuck them on a footy pitch in a giant heap, and then they let a rocket off. And mostly local young types run at each other and hurl grapes at each other.
Funny, huh?
The first 2 or 3 minutes, a handful of grapes, but actually, all the grapes have been flung, and it's handfuls of mud after that. It smells bad. Excuse me.
Does it?
Well, it smells of rotting fruit.
I hope that we're all wearing white T-shirts to make the most of it.
Yeah, it's good. And then they kind of hose themselves off with water bowsers, and that was kind of fun to see. And there's always...
Isn't there a grape tridding competition?
I haven't seen that one, but yes, I think so. And that night, last year anyway, the same day as the Grape War, they have a big feast in the town square where you have to wear, you're not allowed in unless you're wearing white. You have to buy it off, you have to buy the uniform, if you like. So everybody's wearing straw hats and traditional clothing.
Did you take pictures of that?
I did. I've shown you.
Good boy.
It's very nice. And there was
why did they let you in then?
while I was taking pictures. I didn't stay for long, but yeah. So if you want to sit down, and they put big long tables on, and the entire village sits down, or at least the entire village who's got traditional dress on, and they make a big. I don't know. It's not quite fideuà. It's like a noodle meatball thing they make in gigantic cooking pots on the square with fire underneath. And they had a traditional Mallorcan mariachi band with sombreros. But who were very good. I don't know how traditional they were, but they were great.
You know what? As Mallorca gets more and more people who are not Mallorcan living in it, I think the Mallorcan people are becoming more and more kind of like keen on celebrating their fiestas and remembering their cultural identity. And I mean, like, over the last couple of years, there's been fiestas that we didn't even know existed. Like that we've lived in, for example, Andratx, the one with the Mare des Angels, the one that we visited by accident
A couple of weeks ago.
So back in July, and it was like I spoke to the health centre receptionist who happened to be on the street, stood next to me, and said, "Is this a new fiesta?" And she said, "No, but they've restarted it." It was like, aha, and I really think like that. I think that the more that the kind of whole tourists go home stuff that's going on continues, the kind of backlash on foreign investors and people buying holiday homes here, the more that the kind of like genetic Mallorquin people become more kind of keen on celebrating their ancestry and their heritage and their history.
Well, it's true enough.
What do you think?
It happens all over, really. There's nothing like feeling under pressure to make you feel more proud of your traditions if you think you're under threat. I mean, we have there's a great guy here, a friend of ours called John Lambourne, who lives in, it's a Brit, but he's lived in Valdemossa, I think, for more or less ever.
Lovely John Lambourne.
Yeah, he plays traditional instruments here as well as bagpipes. And he said, I mean, he really has, I think I do him a disservice. John's probably in his late 60s or early 70s, something like that.
Who knows? It's not very gallant to speculate.
No, anyway, I'm just to give you an idea of how long he's been here. And he was here, I think, he said while Franco was in power, when local traditions and language were very much oppressed and banned in many cases. Since that, he said at that point, a lot of these festivals didn't exist. And they have come back with a vengeance and more and more and more. And actually, particularly now, as we're probably going to move on to, that Mallorcans are feeling under threat from a cultural point of view as more and more non-locals move here, then they're celebrating this more and more, as they absolutely should.
There has been a letter circulated.
Oh yes, the letter.
Circulated to all English-speaking. Was it just English-speaking media, or maybe when it?
Well, we should say we're reading this as the letter that's been addressed to the Daily Bulletin, and they're saying that it's been sent to English-speaking media. I don't know whether that means just here or all over the world, or I don't know.
Why they didn't send it to German, Swedish, Danish,
well, maybe
French.
Maybe they did. Maybe they translated it into their different things.
It's been to every major British media outlet.
Right.
So anyway, shall we read a little bit? Shall I read it out?
Go for it. Yeah. This is
hold on to your hats, people. You might have already read about this in the Daily Mail or something.
This is from a pressure group, isn't it? Really.
This is from SOS Residents. Prou Massificació. Can't pronounce that correctly. Dear foreign buyers and real estate agencies, we write to you out of necessity, not courtesy. For now, our island has been treated for decades as a commodity, a place to be exploited, a holiday backdrop, a picturesque postcard to be bought and sold. All of this has come at a cost that we can no longer bear. You have seen the turquoise waters, the sunny beaches, the historic towns, but no one has asked you to look at the reality. Locals are being pushed out of their towns by unaffordable prices. Families are forced to leave because houses are no longer for living in but for speculation. Fields and rural land destroyed to build villas that are only occupied a few weeks of a year. Water, roads and services are saturated, whilst the quality of life of residents plummets. And goes on to talk about how in some places it's now becoming like decolonisation or demographic colonisation of parts of the island, which are becoming more German than they are Mallorcan. Your investments in gold and retirements are not neutral. Every luxury villa sold to a millionaire means one local family doesn't have a home. That's not true. Every agency that advertises a Mediterranean paradise drives out those who have lived here all their lives. It talks about the government turning its back on the locals, and it says we are tired of being foreigners in our own home. Tired of seeing our communities, our language and our culture disappear. Tired of watching our territory consumed for someone else's gain. This is why we want to tell you very clearly, the residents of Mallorca do not want you anymore. You are not welcome if you come here to buy houses for speculation, if you come to profit and empty our villages. Do your business at home. Do not come here to force us out of our land. You may have the money to buy property here, but understand this, you are not welcome. Mallorca is more than an amusement park for the rich. If you truly love this island, respect it enough not to turn it into a financial product. The people of Mallorca will no longer remain silent. Mallorca belongs to its people, and this is how we want it to remain. And then it's signed, sincerely, the residents of Mallorca. I have many things to say about that.
It's direct, isn't it? And you can understand the motivation of it. I think that's verging on a bit unpleasant, really.
The thing I have, there's several things, but firstly, it's signed the residents of Mallorca. I'm a resident of Mallorca, and I didn't write that.
Nobody asked me. Actually, I went on the group's Facebook page. It doesn't look very busy. So I think they might have extrapolated a bit to call it themselves the residents of Mallorca.
Yeah.
But
it's a small group of people. I mean, I absolutely have a point. The housing problem here is massive. People can't afford to live here anymore. I'm doing interviews at the moment with people that have moved off of the island, mostly for financial reasons.
Yep.
Like, there's hardly anybody leaving because they can't, because they're going elsewhere because of another reason. They can't afford to live here.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing, like, especially...
And a lot of the people you're interviewing are not Spaniards either, or not all Mallorquins.
One family I just spoke to is half English, half Spanish.
Right, yeah.
But it's undeniably a problem. It's impossible if you want to move here and rent for it to find anything that's affordable. And that's to do with people buying holiday homes, pushing up the prices. But also, here's the other thing, digital bloody nomads.
Well, it's also absolutely not unique to Mallorca. It's happening in Madrid, Barcelona, London, Cornwall, Wales. Places I know like that.
We talk about this a lot.
Australia, New Zealand have gigantic housing problems. I suspect, big bits of Germany and other places I'm not familiar with. It is a problem.
I spoke to Hayley this morning. She moved from Mallorca to Bali. Bali, darling.
Right.
And she's invested in property in Bali. Now, as a foreigner in Bali, you can't buy land; you can only lease it.
Right.
So she's investing in a property that's being built on leased land. That doesn't sound very secure to me, to be honest.
No, but that's quite common in places like London, isn't it? You don't own the land; you have a free leasehold, 100-year lease on something.
Still made me feel a bit eggy.
Yeah.
But asked her how are the Balinese coping with the influx of all these people that are coming to, invest in property there, because it's like a hot spot now for property investors.
Has been for a long time.
But they're making it like a wellness capital. But I've seen some shocking videos of it though. It's a blinking mess.
Unfortunately, I've never been. I'd like to go, but I think it's sort of Ibiza for Australians, isn't it? A bit. It's it's in there. I mean, it's a longer flight, but it's a holiday place a lot for
True
for
enough.
people like that.
But I just think, like, doesn't it smell a bit of racism to say Mallorca's for the Mallorcans?
That is what that's going to, and it mentions foreigners quite a lot, and obviously a lot of buyers of property here are foreigners, but a lot of them aren't. Lots of Spaniards from the mainland come and buy property here. Lots of Mallorquins have made money, go and buy property on the mainland as well.
Yeah.
And so there's bits of Galicia saying, these bloody Mallorquins coming over with all their money they've sold their houses for and buying up our villages.
Exactly.
It is a global problem. It's I am a foreigner. We don't have a holiday. We bought we're still buying a house. Eventually the bank will let us keep it. If
We're about to rebuy our roof.
Yeah. And we live. It's our only house. We don't have another one.
No.
We live here all the time.
We pay our taxes.
Raise our money here. We pay our taxes here. The kid went to school here. And
She
stuff.
certainly did.
You know, we're foreigners, but we are residents. If
Community
you like.
members.
We're not speculating. And hopefully, by the time we flog it, if we ever do, it'll be worth more than we paid for it. But we certainly didn't buy it to invest. We bought it because we wanted to raise.
We bought it because we could afford it.
We're just. We would be able to afford it so far.
No, if we tried to buy it now, we couldn't buy it.
God, no. But but it is true the world over. But the so sorry, I'm just rambling a bit there. I like the multiculturalism bit. I like it wherever I've been. We lived in London before.
That was great.
And the multiculturalism in London was fantastic.
It was. It
People
made
from
the
all
place
over
such
the
a cool
world.
place
For
to
me,
live.
anyway, people from all over the world, great food and all the rest of it. If it was, as the protests of the nature of that letter are protests that are going on sort of everywhere. The rise of populism in Holland, in Italy, with Vox in Spain, in Britain, with Farage and all the rest of it, with Trump and America. It's that kind of, it's making a hostile environment for people who are different to the, if you like, the what they call the native people.
It makes me feel sick.
Makes me feel sick too. I like the multiculturalism of London. I like it in New York. It makes for great places. And I think here, and in the 20 years we've been here, I think the change has been a good one from a kind of cultural point of view. It's not great if you're on minimum wage and trying to find somewhere to live, and I completely understand that. But economics is a very difficult tide to hold back. It's like King Canute trying to stop the waves, isn't it? It's if you're railing against economics, you're going to lose mostly. And if you live in a nice part of the world in a period of global mobility, and particularly in the European Union, where anyone can move to wherever they want to, if you live in a nice bit, be prepared for lots of people to come here. And it's I don't know what the solution is. I think that's a bit strong. I have to say from. I see where it's coming from, but I think it was a bit. It's verging on a bit of racism. I think
It'd be great to talk to somebody face to face about it.
Yeah, it would. Yeah. See if we can round someone up.
I don't know, Ollie.
Yeah, maybe they wouldn't be very nice to us.
Why not? I mean, like,
Dunno.
literally, we are like actually living here, not part of the problem, part of the solution.
Yeah, it's true enough. And yeah, well, we've touched on this a lot, haven't we? So here we are.
But here's the thing: they've moved on from tourist go home to holiday homeowner go home.
Which actually, if you like, is a bit more relevant, isn't
Yeah.
it? The tourists, particularly tourists who come and stay in hotels, they're not taking a home from a resident. It's a hotel they're staying in. They're giving jobs to residents.
They're making hotel
It's the
owners very
Airbnb
rich.
Yeah, it's the Airbnb stuff.
Yes.
That which is now being clamped down on, but particularly the former illegal ones, where people are just taking, long-term rental stock and turning it into the short stay Airbnb stuff. And also, like I think you mentioned there as well that we live in close to Port Andratx, which makes it sound rich, but we're certainly not. We live in a little village over the hill. Port Andratx is one of the most expensive places on earth to buy a house. It's a €20 million house is not uncommon there. And mostly
mad.
and mostly foreign buyers buy them, and that's not taking a house away from a local.
But would you count?
Sorry, let me finish. You could probably absolutely say that it's taking a bit of pristine mountainside and putting a villa on it that's only used for 6 weeks in the summer. That's absolutely true. But also those villas give quite a lot of local employment. If you go in them in the winter, they are spotless, they're clean, or sometimes the heating's going, the pool is looked after 3 times a week, the garden is maintained. All of that is jobs for people in this case in Andratx. So it is providing employment. And in those cases, it's not really taking a home away from a local. But then it's a weird situation that you're kind of like, okay, we don't mind really, really rich foreigners, but it's the ones in the middle that are taking homes that we could afford kind of stuff. It's if you have a little townhouse or a little apartment that's being bought by a foreigner or a Spaniard and being used as a holiday home, that is taking accommodation out of stock that regular families would normally be able to use, and it's pushing the prices up. Anyway.
Actually, in the interview that I did, that's coming up next, with Carlos Pons from Respiralia, we actually do talk about this problem. a little bit, and I ask him where he's coming from on that, because he's Mallorquin.
You talked about a lot of things there. It's quite a long interview, actually.
Me and Carlos and I go back a long way, and I have over the years raised money for the charity that he represents, which is for people with cystic fibrosis, and they have done a lot of good stuff.
He's a good guy, Carlos,
he's a lovely person,
isn't
but look, the thing that Carlos talks about, he makes a really good point about some of the legalities around renting homes in Spain, and I'll let the listener make their own mind up on what he says, but it is very, I think it's very pertinent what he says. So let's cut to that.
Go and have a wee. Put the kettle on and sit down. This is an hour and a bit with Carlos.
Oh, no,
He's great.
This is sitting in a traffic jam kind of conversation, I think, because we do go on a bit, but he's really interesting, and what they've managed to achieve in the years that they've been working on finding a cure for cystic fibrosis, not just treating people, they're actually trying to find out a way of helping people live longer lives. It's really amazing what they've done. It's just all on this little island.
Cool. Well, here's Carlos.
With me today, I have a really actually quite old friend of mine, if you think about it. It's Carlos Pons from Foundation Respiralia, and Carlos and I have known each other, I think, 15 years.
Yes, from 2010.
So welcome to the Mallorca studio.
Thank you very much.
We're going to write up this for the bulletin as well, so everyone gets an update on what you guys have been doing, because, well, I guess we should start from the beginning. Like, what is Foundation Respiralia, who you are, and what we're doing here? So where do you want to start?
Well, I think I have to explain what is the Respiralia Foundation and why it was created. Well, we treat people with cystic fibrosis. And cystic fibrosis is a disease that is a genetic disease that affects to the respiratory system, digestive, to the reproduction, and to the sweat. So it has no cure, but the science has discovered many incredible medicines that since we met the last time, cystic fibrosis has changed from the day to night, or from night
fantastic.
to day. Yeah. There is an American laboratory that created a drug called Kaftrio, which when you take it from 2 days, from the second day, I think, you don't have mucus in the lungs. So you are used to have mucus and coughing all night. You cannot have a good relaxed time. You wake up very tired. I don't have any mucus in my lungs. It is incredible. So the cells now are working almost well. So the change is incredible. We don't know the side effects of these drugs in the long term, but for the moment, it's incredible.
So it's improving a lot of people's quality of life.
Yeah.
So let's talk about cystic fibrosis, because it's everyone's heard of it, I think, but they may not necessarily understand the implications of it. It's lifelong. You can't get better from it, you said, but it's genetic.
Yes, it's genetic. You have from the the first moment you are born, and in the Balearic Islands, for example, when you are born, there is the Hill test, where cystic fibrosis is checked.
Yeah,
the prick test. Yeah, so cystic fibrosis since 2000 is checked here in the Balearic Islands. So the quality of life of people just diagnosed from the first month of life is much better than the ones that has been diagnosed at 14 or 4, as my nephew. But now it's a new era for cystic fibrosis.
So the reason that Foundation Respiralia became into existence is because of your family, isn't it? Because your nephew has cystic fibrosis.
Well,
is that the case, or is that the story?
Not exactly. The Cystic Fibrosis Balearic Association was created in 1989 because some families with children with cystic fibrosis said, wow, what is cystic fibrosis? We don't know anything. Let's get together and try to find some answers to our questions. And then they created the association. I joined the association when my nephew was born was diagnosed. He was born in 1985, but he was diagnosed the same year that the creation of the association in 1989. He was 4 years old. And since then, all my family were involved in some tasks or so to spread cystic fibrosis to the society, because anyone knew anything. No? And in 2005, we were working in a very small local, so in a very small
office,
yeah. And we thought that it hadn't the best the best
say it in Spanish
hygiene conditions.
I got it, yeah.
You know? And then we asked the Palma Town Hall to seat a plot to build a new facilities. So they seat a wonderful plot in San Agustin.
Yeah, you got lucky there.
Yeah, and we built with a subvention from Europe our actual facilities. And
so you got a European grant.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
But it was from the local government, but the funds were like now next generation funds, something like this. And then we built our facilities, and now we have a very important center of cystic fibrosis in Spain. It's the most important. And
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And now it was the construction was started in 2006, and in 2009 in May we opened the doors and started to work. And now the 1st of September we start a new era in our center, because
tell me.
Yeah, it is interesting because
he's just all lit up, by the way. He's just got all smiley.
Yeah, because in when we build the center, the part of the physical exercise for people with cystic fibrosis was just aerobic exercises, just bicycle or static bicycle.
Yeah.
The treadmill.
To train the heart and lungs.
Yeah, but the science has demonstrated that strength exercises are much better to increase the lung capacity. Not aerobic, but anaerobic. So we didn't have our gym well equipped to do these exercises. And then we have to derive our children to the gym of our physical trainer. Okay? Now we have agreed with him to set a delegation of his company in our facilities.
Oh, fantastic.
So we have a fully equipped gym to offer the best service in the best services in Spain.
Wow.
For cystic fibrosis.
So we should all go train at Respiralia.
Yeah. No, this company is wonderful. He is wonderful, but his company too.
What's his name?
Phage, Espai de Salud Integral. And they have put some advertisements in front of Calanova. But they treat, it's not like going to train by myself. No, you have to go in a program with a personal trainer to have some specific goals, not to have good results in sport. No, that's not the idea. The idea is to have, if you have a condition, maybe through the physical exercise you can improve your quality of life. That's it. And we are excited because in the 1st of September we start with these new facilities, and it's wonderful.
How many people are you supporting? What's the incidence of cystic fibrosis?
In the Balearic Islands, there is 1 out of 6,400. In Spain, is 1 out of 5,000. but in the Balearics, 6,400. And now in the Balearic Islands, we know about 83 people with cystic fibrosis, because in fact is 1 out of 6,400, yeah, it is 83, but 1 out of 35 are carriers, healthy carriers of the mutated gene. 1 out of 35.
People.
Yeah.
Everyone, in fact.
Yeah. It is the, how do you say, the most, it is a rare disease, but it's the most common genetic disease or rare disease in the whole world.
Okay, so it's quite likely everyone who's listening will know or know of somebody with cystic fibrosis.
Just in you know, in a school, how many children there are? 1 out of 35 are healthy carriers. So if 2 get together in the future, maybe they can get children with cystic fibrosis. So it's important. Yeah.
And how does having cystic fibrosis affect somebody's life? What does it limit them from doing?
Well, you have to make normally 2 sessions of respiratory physiotherapy. You have to do physical exercise. You have to take normally. Almost everyone is affected to the digestive system.
In what way?
In the pancreas, we produce the pancreatic enzymes. Well, but they don't produce these enzymes.
Okay,
so they have to take.
I originally thought it was just affecting the respiratory system, so that's news to me. I thought it was only the lungs.
No. You know that the pancreas need these enzymes to absorb the fat we eat. They don't absorb this fat, so the fat goes to the poo. And the poo is very, how do you say? Smelly, yeah, because they have many fat.
Yeah, so they're detoxing, but that way.
Yeah, and the fat is necessary to grow. So they have to take some pills not in every meal, but most of them in every spoon to the mouth.
Wow.
Yeah. And then this is, there are artificial pancreatic enzymes. So they can absorb part of these. It is said that they absorb about the 40% of the fat. So 40% is very little quantity to grow. So it is necessary to complement with this artificial.
I guess as well, if you're not able to absorb fat and you're also respiratorily, you're compromised, you're also more vulnerable to other kinds of illnesses. For example, I guess you guys had a very frightening time during COVID.
Well, it is curious. It is curious. We have them very in their homes,
isolated.
When the government said you can go out 1 hour, we told them, let the people go out first, then go, because there will be disasters. Okay, so but the reality was that people with cystic fibrosis was very little affected by COVID.
Really?
Yeah, and I read, I don't know it is very scientific or not, but I read that the COVID didn't like a body with mucus.
Oh, the drier the better.
Yeah, so of course there were some people with cystic fibrosis with COVID, of course.
Yeah.
But it was a light COVID. Normally, there was an exception or two, but the general rule was light COVID. Why? We don't know.
Oh, okay, so it's just
maybe the isolation, maybe that the mucus, I don't know. But this was a reality. But it was worse for the psychological part of the people, because they were very scared.
Yes.
Very scared. In fact, it was curious because we had to fight to put people with cystic fibrosis in the critical groups for vaccination. They were out of the critical group. And we
How
had-
come?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
It's amazing because with the flu, we are in the critical groups.
Yeah.
The people with 65, with the COVID, no. We had to fight.
Strange.
Yes. It was crazy. It was crazy.
I mean, well, it was a strange couple of years anyway, wasn't it, Carlos? Nice to feel back to normal. What did you do before you got involved with the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation? What was your profession?
I was a military pilot.
A military pilot.
Yeah.
Where were you flying?
In the search and rescue squadron here in Palma.
No way. So you were flying over the mountains looking for hikers and over the
Not
sea?
hiker, no. This is the helicopter I flew. I flew the fixed wing airplane, and we mainly search for boats
Okay.
with no GPS, or they were lost, or without engines, or anything, or people falling to the water. That's what we. And when we found them, we threw the rescue kit, and then the helicopter came to rescue.
To collect them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in England or in Britain, it's called the RAF, the Royal Air Force. In Spanish, what would be the force that you were in?
The RAF, I don't know, but here, well, the Spanish Air Force has many squadrons, and I was in the search and rescue, SAR.
SAR.
In fact, you can see SAR in the tail of the aircraft
So where were you based?
in San Juan,
Yeah.
in the main airport.
Wow. How
Yeah.
long did you do that for?
12 years. And then I decided to change my life and help people with cystic fibrosis.
What was the turning point for you? Why did you make that decision?
Well, there were many reasons. The first one, I had a condition, a punctual condition, and then I was fighting with the doctors, and they didn't let me fly again, even if they didn't know what happened to me. They didn't know. It was I don't know how to, a shortcut in my brain. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just for a moment.
Oh, you lost consciousness or something?
Yeah. But I was in coma 58 days.
But bloody hell, Carlos.
Yeah.
That's not a short one.
Yeah. But they didn't know what happened, and they all the tests, clinical tests they could, but they didn't. And they say, well, if it happens again, yeah, and if it happened to the other one, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, and I thought that the life was showing me other ways. So
Time to change.
yeah, and I thought, why I have to fight to back to the airplane when I can help many people. I was helping people in the air, now in the ground, no?
Yeah.
Just for cystic fibrosis, and now I'm helping not just cystic fibrosis, but diabetes people with another association, with the refugees from Ukraine.
Oh, you're a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's
So that was it just you at the time? Were you married, or was it just Carlos solo that was making these
Carlos
decisions?
is solo. I have a beautiful son.
I know.
I have a beautiful son, but I never married. Never,
Oh.
Never.
So you didn't have to like.
I'm solo, but with a wonderful woman.
I did meet her. I think
You
last
met her.
weekend. No.
You met her.
Yeah,
You
she's
met her,
beautiful.
yeah.
So the decision you didn't have to consider anybody else in that
No.
decision. So
No.
it was just
No,
like
no.
switch and you were done. But going from being a military pilot to were you the president from the beginning of Respiralia, or
No,
was
no,
that
no.
your mum first?
I always make the same joke. I'm not the president. The president doesn't earn any money. I am the manager, and I live from my job.
Okay, the manager.
Yeah, no, I'm the manager director. Not for the beginning. I started as a volunteer, and then when I got out from the Spanish Air Force, I became the manager.
Was it a big change?
Not a big change, because when I was flying, I was managing the administration of the association as a volunteer. So
Okay, she already knew about it.
yeah.
Do you think that changing from flying to running the association has changed you?
Yes, of course. It has been the best change in my life. The best. Some people said, don't you want to fly again? No. My friends, in fact, I have many friends of them flying now, no, in civil companies, and they just take off and push a button, the autopilot, and they're
not doing any flying
and doing anything. Here in my airplane, we flew the airplane, and it was very funny. Now I don't have any. I don't want to fly again. No, I love my job, and I'm very well.
Let's talk about some of the projects that Respiralia has done. I'd like to know about the Salted Kiss.
The Salted Kiss was the first project of the Respiralia Foundation, along with the construction of the new facilities. But the Salted Kiss was the first documentary film about cystic fibrosis in the world.
Wow.
In the world, yeah. Now, when I watch this documentary, I say, wow, there are many things that today are not useful. Yeah, you know.
I mean, let's just give let's try to give some context to how long ago this was. So, 1989, your nephew was diagnosed with cystic
89.
1989, he was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis. When did you join as the
next month?
Really?
As a volunteer.
So but then when was the Salted Kiss?
In 2006.
2006. So quite a lot of time had gone past.
Yeah, because it was in 2005 the Palma Town Hall started to the planning to seat us the new plot.
Okay.
And in 2006, the moment they seat us the plot, we created the Respiralia Foundation with these two new projects.
So there was like 15 years between the or maybe more, 20 years between the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation being formed by that group of parents and actually being able to have a building that was suitable for what you guys were doing. So that was quite a big struggle, I imagine, to kind of keep it all going.
Yeah.
So
because it was very hard. I remember that my mother and I were every day in the construction, every day, and we almost we didn't have the final the full construction. We have some furniture inside, but we didn't have the doors and the windows, so many people could come.
Steal the furniture?
No. My mother and I slept there every night.
Wow. In a building site?
Yeah. One night she, one night me, and so on, because we didn't have money to pay security.
You could have got a big dog.
Yeah.
There's a couple of places on the Polygono here who have really scary dogs for that reason.
It could be a solution. Yeah.
So tell me about the Salted Kiss. So the documentary was the first one of its kind.
Yeah. And we rented the services of a friend, which is a director, and he was filming in Sweden, in Navarra, in Valencia, in Mallorca, Formentera, and in another place, because there was a very important congress, and he went there to film. And we have about 72 hours filmed. And the documentary film is just reduced to 1 hour.
It's a lot of edit.
The IB3 TV bought the 49% of the documentary film.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Offset some of the costs of it as well.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of impact did it make when it was shown? Did you get a lot of response?
Yeah, of course, because it was projected for the first time in New York.
As one does, darling.
Yeah. In fact, the president of the International Organization of Cystic Fibrosis came from Australia to watch the documentary film to New York. Yeah. Yeah.
What's the network like of all the different charities around the world all foundations around the world that are working hard?
We were in the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation in New York. That's huge.
Yeah.
Wow, incredible. They have millions of donations every year, millions. And they dedicate many millions to research. So they make a very good work to improve the quality of life of people with cystic fibrosis.
And do you guys benefit from their research?
Yeah,
I mean, are they sharing information with each other?
Everything is shared.
That's good.
Everything. And many results are from research paid for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah. It was incredible.
Yeah. Lovely.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the swimming tour.
Wow.
Because that's really quite a big thing that happens every year now.
Whose
idea was it, and describe it?
It's a big thing, and it's the most important income to pay the treatment of people with cystic fibrosis of the Respiralia Foundation. Well, in 1999, Pere Galiana, who was our first physiotherapist, and the first physiotherapist in cystic fibrosis in Spain, she loves Formentera, and she loved swimming. And he had a dream to swim around Formentera.
Just for context again, you need to explain how big Formentera is.
It's about 74 kilometers of perimeter, and he planned to swim it in 5 days. The fact is that after 1 year of preparation in 2000, he jumped to the water, and he had to stop one day for bad sea, many currents, and the next day swam twice.
2 days in 1 day.
2 days in 1 day, and he achieved his goal in 4 days.
Amazing.
Yeah. And many people said, "Wow, this is a wonderful idea. I want to swim with you next year." Then next year came David Meca, which is very known, and he has swum in Alcatraz, Xavi Torres, and some Olympic swimmers. And there were about 82 people in the second edition of the swimming tour around Formentera. After that, the event increased the number of people, and until I said, well, the maximum people is 240 because of the capacity of the boat, where everyone...
Yeah, you need some kind of safety measures, don't you? You can't keep an eye on more than that,
we
surely.
have 5 pneumatic boats, 7 kayaks, 1 jet ski, and a big, I will say, the mothership. Mothership is a ship of 250 people of capacity, a golondrina. No,
yes, I know what you mean.
Yeah, so we have just for us, and it goes to just beside the swimmers, and we swim about legs of 1 to 2 nautical miles. That's 1.8 to 3.6 kilometers. And we made this all the times that the sea allows us. Because if we put the security of the swimmers in front of everything.
Of course. And
maybe we can swim 9, 10, 12 kilometers per day. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday we just swim one stage, because the Sunday is very special. Because after this swimming, the boat goes in front of a beautiful beach, which is Illetas in Formentera.
I've been there. It's amazing.
It's incredible.
Yes,
It's
like the Caribbean.
yeah.
It's stunning.
And the swimmers swim to the beach, and they form a human ale, where inside the ale, every team makes a choreography with an adapted song, dancing, or whatever they want, and they bring attrezzo to do this.
A what?
Attrezzo. The attrezzo of the theaters.
Oh, okay.
When you have a attrezzo with this, this costume or.
Oh, okay. They dress up.
They dress up of a cow.
Okay, so they're doing
inside
a
the water.
show.
Yeah, of a series, three men.
Whose idea was
dressed
that?
as a sirens. It's incredible. Very funny, very emotional, because they say some words for the volunteers, for people with cystic fibrosis, everything. We have people with cystic fibrosis there, families. It's very wow.
So they're not. Are they? So they're not necessarily swimming the whole way around the island.
In fact, this year we swam about 22 or 23 kilometers, I think.
And the people that are swimming are getting sponsored. Is that how it works?
Not really. They pay a fee to registration, but the fact is there are many people wanting to join the event. But we have 240 seats.
And that's it.
That's it. So in the previous years, we started the registration online the 1st of May at 0000.
Yeah.
But they collapsed the system.
Did you break this? Did they break the server?
And I had about 100 people in the waiting list. People who maybe had bought the flight ticket.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Oh dear.
and everyone called me crying, I want to go. So it was very hard. So
How did you resolve that?
Since 2018, I started to put a pre-reservation. If you make a donation of, that year was 50 euros, you can register before the deadline. Okay.
Did you
some
sell
people,
out?
Some people did that, and on the 1st of May, I opened the rest of the seats. But in 2022, I think, the full seats were by the pre-inscription, the full. So it's crazy. It's crazy.
It's a bit like the swimming version of Glastonbury.
I don't know it.
Or the 312. You know, the 312, the race around the island on the bikes.
On the bikes. Ah, well.
Yeah, the same thing. It is this, because it's so popular.
Yeah,
and like literally the whole thing sells out so quickly.
I think that the Swimming to the Run Formentera is a very special event because it's different. In fact, we haven't said the most important thing.
Yes.
People sleep on a mattress on the ground on a sports center. 3 days. They co-live 3 days. They met once in a year, every year in Formentera. It's amazing. We call that the Respiralia spirit. There is something in the atmosphere. It's incredible. And I invite you to read in our website. We have the news about this event in English, of course. There is the possibility in English. And I wrote 2 of the many comments that the people sent to me. Every time I read it, my hair, my arms, wow.
It gives you goosebumps.
Wow. Incredible.
You are.
Incredible.
I mean, ever since I've known you, you've been speaking about this tour, and I know that it's tough to get in to do it because obviously there's only 240 spots. Presumably, there's a lot of people repeating every year.
Yeah.
So what do you recommend to someone who might want to do it?
every year
How do they get their spot?
In 2024, there were 43% of new people. In 2025, I think there were 70, I don't know the percentage, but 70 new people.
Oh, wonderful. So new people are getting in every year.
Yeah, I recommend
my daughter wants to do it.
Oh, wonderful. How old is she?
She's 19, turning 20. I know. We've known each other a long time. Your face. Yeah.
It's crazy.
But what time of year does it happen?
She has to follow our social networks at Respiralia. Because there we published the dates of the event and when the pre-registration are open. So that's the first moment you have to apply for this.
There you go.
Follow the instructions.
There's your incentive to get on the socials. Yeah. Is it it's normally June, May, April?
The event is the last weekend of June.
Thank you. Okay.
And we start the pre-registration in February, March, when I have the confirmation of the Consejo Insular de Formentera.
And what about if you didn't want to swim, but you wanted to help in some way?
Wow.
Is there, do you look for volunteers or people to help?
We have a group of 50 volunteers, approximately. But they are people that take the holidays to work for the others. And they do it every year. So I cannot admit more people because every year I could bring about 100 volunteers. No problem, because everyone, I have a friend, my sister, everyone wants to come.
That's lovely.
So, yeah, I need people to be able to do the pneumatic boat, the kayaks. But kayaks, I need they to be federated, not everyone. I like to go.
No, you need to be in the association.
Because if the sea is brave, you have to go with a kayak. It's not easy. I need a photographer.
Hi, darling.
Hi, darling.
I was just thinking we can volunteer.
Yeah,
next
but
year.
I have 5 people coming from Barcelona. One of them has an audiovisual producer.
Production company.
And he has two people, one with a drone, one with logistics. Yeah. One camera and one photographer.
You need an underwater camera as well.
And they
Are they
made
good?
us this year, well, every year have made something incredible. But this year, they surprised us with a song and a video clip made with images taken with in real time. So on Sunday they were mounting the video.
Yeah, wonderful.
And at 9:30 in the evening they were presenting this song.
That's quite a thing.
Wow.
I've worked with video guys who can do that, like when we've done charity golf events, and they've never done a song, but they're producing like a video, like a documentary, the day, like maybe a 3-day long charity event. So they're filming on the Friday, they're filming on the Saturday, and then on the Sunday there's the last day and the prize giving, and then they show a video at the end of the prize giving. You're like, what? How did you do that? I mean, there's a lot of editing going on in the back area somewhere, huh?
Yeah, many hours.
Yes.
Many hours there.
Well, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
We can't beat that for sure.
Yeah. I invite you to watch the video clip. It's in the news at the website.
So, how much money does the swimming tour raise? How important is it to Respiralia?
We can pay about between 750 and 750 treatment sessions.
Wow. So that's very effective.
Yeah. I think it's about 500 of the full sessions of the year. Yeah, it's very important for us. And now we organize the run, our annual race here in Palma.
Tell me about that.
Sunday, September 28th. We organize a very special race because it's very different from any other. Because we set a circuit of 5 kilometers from Esmolinar or Portichol to Campastilla and back. That's if you want to run or walk 10 kilometers, but you can turn back at the point 2.5 kilometers, so you run or walk 5 kilometers. And the fact is, we don't, our public, it's not the athletes, our families, because we have the grandfather with a grandson and the father with a baby on the, what do you say, the
stroller, pushchair,
the push,
the carrito.
El carrito. And everyone is welcome. We set a scenario with a DJ.
It's a party with a walk.
Yeah, of course, and people dance there because we have a children race at 12 o'clock. It starts at 9:30 for the ones who run or walk 10 kilometers or more. And at 10 o'clock, we have the official start with the politicians, sponsors, and everyone. And then many people. We have now raised 715 people. We started with 200 in 2010.
And it's a nice route as well. It's not hilly.
It's very beautiful. But if you like to run, and this is not
timed.
Cronometrado.
Timed.
Yeah, it is not timed. We don't want a competition. No, we want you to enjoy the walk or the run, because there are many people walking through these people are not involved with the race. So if you want to make a good time, you will have many people disturbing you. So no, we don't want anyone who wants to run faster than my last time. No, that's not the point. That's not the point. And we have volunteers in the area with water and isotonic drinks, fruit and music, and it's very, very funny. It's very funny, and we have a prize to the most crowded group. So we have a boy with cystic fibrosis, which is able to move more than 170 people.
Wow!
Last year.
So he the most, like, the biggest group wins.
Yeah.
That's really cool. And I'm just thinking that.
But it's just a diploma. It's not a prize.
But it's still an honor. I'm just thinking that really kind of sums up to me the kind of Spanish way of life, that the insistence and the importance of community, the importance of family, the importance of everybody being together. And it's also on a Sunday, which is perfect, because Sunday is not a work day in Spain, is it?
In fact, we have another advantage comparing another races. Every 15 minutes from 10 o'clock, we make another start, official start. So, I have a dinner on Saturday night. I don't know if I can go there at 10 o'clock. I will go at 11. You are invited to come to at 11.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. You can come. Don't worry.
I love how relaxed that is.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah. And we invite the Ukrainian Association to put a tent with Ukrainian products.
Let's talk about that then, because how did you get involved with the Ukrainian situation?
Well,
because
they needed help in the administration to make projects. And
is this from the beginning when the Ukrainian-Russian war started?
It started,
the invasion of Ukraine, I should say.
Yeah, the 24th of February in 2022 started the war, and in May they created the association, and they ruled some hostels for people, for refugees, and then they get subventions, and they didn't know how to manage with these subventions, and they needed help. And they called a friend of mine, and he said, well, this is for Carlos. I don't know how to help them. And they called me, and I went there, and I'm helping them.
Advising them.
No. Managing the subventions and projects. And
How they doing?
wow, they are incredible. Because I always say that they put ahead of a very furious bull. You know, that this project is so big that just a family is managing everything. A family. They are three: father, mother, and daughter. The daughter is the president, the secretary, and the treasurer, I think. So, and they are managing everything without knowing anything about administrations of a charity, which is not easy. So they make an incredible work, incredible. They may organize workshops with people from Mallorca and from Ukrainian to bring together.
That's nice.
Two cultures. And
Maybe we can get them in. Do they speak English?
Oh, no. English, no. I think no.
Yeah, I remember when the story from Ukraine was becoming, like, it was starting to reach Mallorca, and there were people here taking loads of donations to a church. I think it was in Portals, around there. And I went to do a story for the newspaper, and I went into the church, and it was just full of boxes and people sorting. And I'd been there. I'd made an appointment to go to see them, so they knew I was coming. And I arrived just before lunchtime. They decided they all stopped and had a sandwich sitting on the stairs outside of the church. And then they all stood up and sang the Ukrainian national anthem and went back to work again. It was really moving, and I will never forget it. And I had to take a picture of them for the paper, and there was no way you could say to those people, "Okay, everyone, smile." You know, like, there was no way I could do that. So I just took the picture and let them go on with it. But it was difficult to know how to sensitively talk to them, because it was so early on in the occupation as well. But I mean, I really respect these people so much. If there's anybody in the association that we can get in who can speak to us, that would be wonderful.
Yeah, I will try. We recently organized an exposition of the war, the 3 years of the war, in the La Misericordia.
Yeah.
This is
What a great building.
Yeah, and it was incredible. They have drones of the Russian army. They have ballets, they have uniforms, and they have pictures of how beautiful was Ukraine before the invasion, how is now un mural.
Mural,
Mural
on the wall.
A mural with pictures with familiars, relatives from women that are living here. That are fighting in the front line, or they are dead, and it was impressive. So, impressive.
Well, I'm glad that they're getting to use your skills. I'm sure you're helping them a lot.
Yeah.
So let's talk more about the science and innovation behind the treatments in cystic fibrosis now, because you told me the last time we had a conversation about this to now, things have really changed. And you said there's a new drug that's on the market that people are using.
Yeah.
Because back in the day when the last time we did an interview, you told me that the physical therapy was like was the only real way to shift the mucus out of the lungs, and there was a lot of like banging and drumming on the lungs to shift it, and that's all changed now, huh?
Yeah. Well, you have made this sound.
Yeah.
This is called clapping. Clapping is a technique. This technique appears in our documentary film.
The salty kiss.
Yeah, the salty kiss. Now it's forbidden.
Oh, we don't do it anymore.
No.
Vicky, don't ever treat someone with cystic fibrosis.
No, but it's you will understand immediately. airways of people with cystic fibrosis are very weak. So because of the infections. So if we push, we heat the breast with our hands, it's aggressive.
Yeah.
It's an aggressive technique. Now we have the autogenic drainage technique, which is it works as a difference of pressures. Depending on you put your glottis, you can make a different pressure that makes the lungs move and stick the mucus.
Unstick it.
Unstick it. And so
I mean, like, is the mucus sort of gathering at the bottom of the lung, or
Yeah.
is it covering the whole
in every
lung?
part, really in every part of the lung.
Right.
So with this technique, you have to unstick and then push up the mucus until you have it in your throat. Then you can cough.
Yeah.
Some years ago, they cough to expectorate.
Yes.
We don't allow them to expectorate until they have the mucus in the throat, because before they make even blood in the throat, because the coughing, the forced coughing, it's not good.
Yeah, forcing the cough can break blood vessels, I imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
cause
yeah.
more damage.
Yeah. So this technique is quite soft. Soft.
But more effective.
Is much more effective, and it takes care of the lungs. And these techniques can be applied to EPOC, to how do you say EPOC?
EPOC.
Yeah, enfermedad pulmonar.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah, IPOC, IPOC.
No,
So
yeah,
it's,
but this is in Spanish.
it's when it's like putting the tube down, intubation.
The people who have smoked all the time,
Yeah.
they normally ends with
Emphysema.
no, emphysema no is
Hang on, then we need to look it up.
COPD, I think.
Yes. Okay, hold on. I know it. Hold on.
COPD.
We're going to have to look it
Well,
up, though.
this technique is applied for many conditions. So
Chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Is that the one you're
COPD,
talking about? Okay.
COPD, yeah. And there are many people diagnosed of COPD, many people. But there are few physiotherapists specialized in the autogenic drainage technique.
We've got them here, have we?
In the Respiralia Foundation, we have the best.
You should name check these people. What are their names?
Excuse me?
What's the name of your physiotherapist?
Wow, we have Ketty. Ketty Ruiz is the one who is the one in Spain authorized to form other physiotherapists in this technique.
So she's like a trainer for the physiotherapist.
He's the official trainer in Spain. We have Mar Gallego, which is his most experienced pupil or student, but he works with us, I don't know, 7 or 8 or 10 years, I don't know. So he's very has much expertise, and we have some other ones that have studied the course, but they don't work so often with cystic fibrosis. But we try to form more physiotherapists.
Yeah, so you've got a team.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about Phage therapy research.
One of my...
Because I don't know anything about it, but I know it's a big deal.
most loved projects in my life.
Hey, okay.
It's incredible. Phage therapy. You know that in the air, in everywhere, there are viruses.
Yeah.
Yeah. In our body.
Yeah.
Outside, everywhere. In fact, there are 10 more times virus than bacteria.
Oh.
In our body, outside, everywhere. Okay? Well, the fact is that there are some viruses that just eats or kills some kind of bacteria.
Viruses that eat bacteria.
Some special bacteria. I like this bacteria, but I don't
Okay.
don't attack
that's my lunch,
to anyone.
but that I'm not going to have.
Yeah. And then
A bit like bats eating
we
mosquitoes.
launched a company, the Respiralia Foundation launched a company.
Did you?
In collaboration with Valencia University, and two virologists, they are sisters. One is specialized in human and animal health, and the other one with vegetal health. But they are virologists, and they are incredible. And they have found some viruses that just attack bacteria, some bacteria very dangerous for people with cystic fibrosis.
For example?
There is a Mycobacterium abscessus, very dangerous.
What does it do?
Kill you.
Oh, okay. Me specifically, or
no.
someone with cystic fibrosis?
Mostly with cystic fibrosis. Now we are launching a clinical research to find viruses against Pseudomonas. Pseudomonas is everywhere, in your bathroom, in my bathroom, and
It's
everywhere.
probably a lot of it in my bathroom at the moment.
No. Everywhere. Even healthy people, we can do it in our axilla, ¿cómo es?
Armpit.
And armpit. In the armpit, because it's humid.
Yeah.
Where this is humidity,
It grows.
Yeah. So, and Staphylococcus aureus.
Yes.
Well, this is the new project of the company. But we have treated 15 people, 14 of them with cystic fibrosis and one with a prosthesis in the leg.
Oh, really?
Because this boy had bacteria from the surgery, and the doctors thought to cut and then we saved the leg. And it's incredible.
Wow.
We have saved people going to lung transplant.
That's amazing.
Yes, it's amazing. It's amazing.
And this is happening in Mallorca or in Valencia?
No, in Valencia. We have the company in Valencia.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible. So that's
because it's not applicable to cystic fibrosis only, to any kind of conditions that have this kind of infections. That's incredible.
So how is it going to kind of like expand? How is it, do you have to go through lots of different kind of regulations in Spain before you can kind of like apply the therapy to more people? Is it just in its kind of experimental phases now, or what's the future for this brilliant idea?
That's a very interesting question. We have the problem that the Spanish medicine agency has forbidden to do any more treatments because they are individualized treatments. We need your cell to analyze your bacteria and to find the specific virus for your bacteria, not. Okay, well, this is called treatment for compassionate use in Spanish. Okay, so they said it is working, but this is an exception. It cannot be a rule to make this treatment. So you have to work to find resources to make a clinical research. If you start a clinical research, you will be able to make all the treatments you want.
So you need to get investors to do that, huh? Or do
now
you? What's going on?
We have many interested
I bet
investors,
you do.
But we don't want, because you know that
as soon as it's commercialized, it's out of your hands, huh?
No, it's not the problem. That's not the problem. The problem is that a big company that wants this project maybe wants to control this project, and we don't want to lose the control of this project, because all the treatment we have made were for free. For free. There are no companies, no investors that will allow this kind of work.
There must be somebody out there, an angel.
Yeah, no,
the
angels,
Bill Gates.
business angels want to wants their money again back.
But people like billionaires, surely.
Yeah, but I call them the philanthropy investors.
Yeah.
But it's not the moment. The moment is to find, we are applying for a European grant, which is very important, and we will work with some partners of Europe. And this is our first step.
How exciting.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah.
It's incredible. But we apply what we call, what it is called, the One Health solution. One Health solution is that the bacteria is in the grass. If the cow eats the grass, it's eating the bacteria. The people is applying antibiotics to the cow. We are eating antibiotics, which is not good. So we apply the viruses to the grass, to the animals, and to human. This is One Health solution.
One way of it getting around. I mean, I have a friend who, a male friend, who was eating too much chicken, it turned out, and he was growing boobs because of the hormones in the chicken, apparently. I mean, there's definitely more and more thought has to be put into what we're eating, for sure.
Well, no, it's a problem. The bacteria, it is said that in 2050, it will be the most important pandemic that the human will know.
Hormones?
The humans, yeah. The bacteria
Oh, okay.
will die. Humans will die for bacteria more than any other cause.
Okay.
So we have to fight against bacteria now.
Be ready.
Yeah. And this is the wonderful solution because it doesn't have side effects. Doesn't have. The virus just eats this bacteria and it grows into your body. And every time the bacteria comes in,
It just has you.
yeah.
So it never leaves once it's in there.
No, but
you are the host.
We have millions of viruses in our body.
Yeah.
So it's not a problem. They co-live with us.
Yeah.
They are interested that we are healthy to live better. So they don't interfere with other cells or anything. No side effects.
Wow.
Antibiotics kills the good and the bad.
Yes.
The viruses just kills the bad bacteria.
Cutting edge stuff. I always knew you were an innovator, but I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
With all of this going on in your life, Carlos, how do you find time to relax?
Wow, I live in the countryside.
Where do you live in the countryside? Which bit?
Because I have animals.
No, where?
Where in Consell.
Oh, nice.
In Consell. And I have a horse, a female horse, a donkey, some dogs.
Hang out with your animals.
Hens, dogs. And when I arrive home, it's like disconnecting of everything.
Were you born and raised in Mallorca? Have you
Palma.
always been in Mallorca?
In Palma. I was born in Palma.
What do you think about the changes that we've seen on the island in the last 20 years? How do you feel about it?
Interesting. I think it's a very difficult problem. It's very easy to see, well, we have many tourists, and no, many people live for the tourism.
Exactly.
I think it's very easy to talk, but it's very difficult to manage the situation. And there are no easy solutions. Anyone, it's easy. And I have many friends in the government from the childhood.
Yeah.
And it's very difficult. We will never have a solution that makes happy to everyone. Never. Because if we have to protect our environment, and we are creating a forest in the Serra de Tramuntana. Respiralia is also creating a forest with Grupo Piñero and CaixaBank.
Where?
In Sontorrella. It's in Escorca, just after the Monaver tunnel.
Yeah.
Just to the right.
Proper in the wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful plot because it's private, but it's open to the public. And we are creating, the owner created a pine tree forest. But now...
That's radical up there, pine trees.
But now
should be
we are planting some other kinds to create a real
Should be home oak, huh? Up there.
encina. I don't know how
Yeah,
it is.
it's a home oak. Yeah,
Pina,
shouldn't be pino.
murta, mirto, o sea, mirto, mata,
Yeah.
to create another,
Like
it's
different levels of trees
Yeah.
and a more rich environment.
Did you heard the climate refugees in the cities? This is now in the news.
Climate refugees in our
Yeah.
city,
No,
in
no,
Palma.
no, everywhere. In every city,
Yeah.
they are creating. That's a climate refugee because in summer you go there and the air is much more fresh than in other side.
Yeah. Oh, you mean refuges?
Refugees,
Yeah.
climate refugees.
Yeah, like places to
Refugees.
hide,
Yeah,
to escape.
yeah.
But I think as well, like, I mean, getting a bit off topic from Respiralia now, but I think that, like, the tourists go home stuff that's been in the media for the last 2 years, it's been damaging Mallorca a lot this year because
No.
the tourism is down. But also, yes, it is. There's a lot of restaurants taking much less money, and there is a caution amongst the tourists should they come back. We have a Facebook group with 120,000 people in it, who are asking, are there riots in Palma? How are the riots in Palma? Are we welcome in Mallorca? You know, like that message has been badly communicated.
Yeah, of course.
Because what actually the problem isn't the tourists. The problem is when people own more than one house and they're not renting out the other houses. They're not renting it to people that live and work here, people that need to live here.
But how are you going to rent your house with the legal insecurity that the government has
With
set?
evictions and everything, exactly.
No.
Yeah.
The problem is there.
I totally agree with you. But in the village that we live in Taraco, we have next door to us is a Mallorcan family. They own the house that's next door to our house. They come to that house for 2 weeks of the year, and the rest of the year they live in Palma, and that house is empty.
Mm.
You know, so it's like it's going on all over the place. There are people that own houses in our village that we don't see except in August.
Yep.
You know, and the rest of the time, those houses are empty, and people can't find somewhere to live in our village because it's become like a holiday home place. So that's the problem. I think
the problem is that the owner is not well protected by the law. So it's normal.
Yeah.
So the problem is very complicated. It's not easy to tourists go home.
No.
Why? No. That's not the problem.
Yesterday we were speaking to an English couple that we know who own a flat in Santani. Her parents live in the east. They've lived here for a long, long time. They own this flat in Santani, which they've rented out. But now they're in a situation where it's empty, and they're thinking, should we rent it again? If the previous tenant, if the new tenant is as bad as the old tenant, we can't get rid of them. You know, it's like it's become like benefits bad behaviour, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
So there has to be a fundamental change in the law.
Well, I think that we need a change in the Spanish government. I don't know how, but we need to change it. It doesn't work.
No.
It doesn't work. No, they didn't find the solution. So if you don't find solutions, let someone to try.
Yeah, we need to
find it.
vote.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to get up off their butts and vote.
Yeah.
What about, last questions, what about how, I know that you guys have made a huge impact on the quality of life of the people that have cystic fibrosis that live in the Balearics. Mm-hmm. What do you see in the future for those people? Are they able now to live like regular lives? Can they go through school? Can they go to university? Can they go to work? Can they have families? Is the quality of life of some of the cystic fibrosis kind of reaching the same opportunities as I have? Oh, brilliant.
Definitely, yes. I think it's for many years we don't speak about expectancy of life. We always say that they become grandfathers, grandmothers, and
because it used to be maybe you'd live until you were 20, didn't it? Maybe you live until you're 30.
Well, in fact, when my nephew was diagnosed, The doctor said that he would live until 8.
And?
He was 4.
Yeah.
So it was,
That's a shock.
Yeah, it's a shock. Now he is 39. He is 189 centimeters and almost 1 in the back. So it's very strong.
He's a big boy, is he?
Yeah.
That's quite large for Mallorquin.
He's the chief of
he's a Rafa Nadal, is
he?
he?
He's the chief of a company. He lives in the country with his wife. He's with his children, his child. So they will live a normal life. Maybe they will have some obligations, of course. They have to make physiotherapy or take pills. But they will be able to do almost anything.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Carlos.
Ojalá. How do you say?
Ojalá, God willing.
God willing, that we have to close the doors and said cystic fibrosis is we have the cure of cystic fibrosis. But for the moment, the treatments are going quite well.
Quite well. I'd say very well.
Well, very well.
The progress has been amazing.
It's this new drug is not for everyone. Just if you have some specific mutations. So we are supporting a project in Portugal where they studied with biopsia if the cell of these people that have not these specific mutations is responding to this drug on the laboratory. If there is any response, then they make a scientific paper to support the petition of this medicine for these people. If not, it is not approved, this medicine for these people.
It's very personal.
Yeah. Well, not very personal. The 70% of the population with cystic fibrosis has these mutations. But we have 30% that we have to fight for them.
I mean, personalized.
Personalized, yeah. This one here.
Everybody, it fits one person.
It's not personalized since I have a special mutation, for example, and they studied that the Kaftrio, this drug, is working with my mutation. If it is working with my mutation, would work with another person that has the same mutation. So it's personalized, but it can expand to anyone with the same mutation. So, but it's very, we have hopes that we can find the scientific evidence to support the administration of this drug to these people.
If anybody wants to be in touch with you or to support you in any way, what's the best way for them to be in touch with you?
Well, our contact is in the respiralia.org website. My telephone number is there. My email is there.
Your WhatsApps are open. Just don't send him a voice drop.
And I invite to come to our facilities to see the physic company and what we do before supporting us, because I think that it's very important that people knows what they are supporting.
Yeah, I agree.
It's very easy to send money and say, well, I do it very well. No, go there and see where your money is going. I think it's very important.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming and talking to me.
Thank you.
So nice to see you.
Yeah.
And good luck with everything.
Thank
Can't
you
wait
very
to
much.
hear the next steps. So there you go. Carlos is an absolute legend. Actually, I really enjoyed my time with him. Thank you, Carlos, for spending time with us. And
a man motivated by doing good, which is a
very
great
much
thing to
so.
see, isn't it?
We'll put this in the show notes. We'll put the link to his website so that you can go find him. And if you want to support him in any way or ask him any questions about cystic fibrosis and the incredible research they're doing into virology and in how to replace it with working with people, replace antibiotics with viruses, really interesting.
Cool.
And if you're an investor, he would like to talk to you.
And we'll place a link to the Respiralia website in the show notes, so have a look at that. And we're off to do some culture.
Culture? Oh, yes, we are. We are.
Sort of.
I'm in the middle of a million different things.
Children of the 80s at the tremendous Esjardí, which we've got about a whole hour in before we have to go off to some actual culture.
We're going to Kostich later to an event which sounds really nice. It's called Candlelight in Kostich or something like that. And it's basically a bunch of outdoor concerts done in the streets of Kostich lit by candles.
That sounds gorgeous.
Super
It's not going
nice.
to rain, is it? No, I think we're all
Shut
right, aren't
up.
we? So,
I was trying to put a downer on
that'll be good.
things.
And just to sort of tee up another interview we've got coming up as well with a brand new Mallorca insider.
I've been busy recently with my insiders.
You'll have heard from her before. This is Becky Belafont-Evans from Mallorca Solutions, just across the road from here, who is talking about lots of helpful things and things you need to know and things they can help you with. But there is a news story this week about, this is particularly relevant to British people, British residents here who, if you've got the TIE, the Tarjeta de Identidad de Extranjero, and you got it, excuse me, in the second half of 2020 under the withdrawal agreement that followed Brexit, you had a 5-year card, and you need to start swapping that over pretty sharpish, I think, don't you?
Yeah, Becky talks about it.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, don't ask me.
So make,
You're looking at me like for some kind of like confirmation. It's like, I don't know.
We haven't yet published that. That'll be coming up in the next week or so. So keep subscribed to this feed and have a listen to what Becky's got to say. It's particularly important you replace that card with the ETIAS system and the EES system that's coming up in October.
Oh my God!
That Nick Brown was talking about a couple of weeks ago, wasn't he? This is the electronic border controls between EU, the Schengen area, and the rest of the world. It's coming up soon. It's a bit dull, but it's going to be important. If you have the right card, you'll be able to waft through the airport. If you haven't, no one's going to. You might just end up queuing a bit longer. Anyway, I think that's enough from us, isn't it?
That's enough. We've got things to do.
It is, and
Next week, same time next week.
Well, let's try. Let's try and do Friday. This is Saturday. This time,
yeah,
isn't it?
that's true. Well, I've got quite a lot of. I've stacked up quite a lot of interviews recently, so you've got plenty to be
There are
doing.
many things to be getting on with. Okay, that's it. That's enough from us. So we'll see you next time.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks for listening. Listen, we need your help. But if you don't mind, would you please subscribe wherever you got this podcast? You can find it in most places, Spotify, iTunes, all the rest of them. Just click subscribe, and if you get a chance to leave us a review and you'd like to leave us a good one, we won't stand in your way. And something for you. If you'd like to get our monthly newsletter, then visit our website. That's Mallorca-Mallorca.es. That's Mallorca with a J, Mallorca.es. And follow the link there. And if you'd like to ask us a question, send us a DM to our Facebook or Instagram channels. And wherever you get your podcasts, if you see the show notes, you'll see the links for everything you need. Thanks for listening. See you next time.